Expanded key point 1. Learning never ends. 400 words. Learning never ends because life itself is the greatest teacher. From the moment we open our eyes to a new day, we are surrounded by lessons waiting to be understood. True education is not limited to schools, classrooms, or degrees. It continues in every conversation we have, in every mistake we make, and in every challenge we face. The moment we stop learning, we stop growing. Each day brings a new opportunity to explore ideas, sharpen our minds, and deepen our understanding of the world around us. Learning is not an age, it is an attitude of curiosity, openness, and humility. When we were children, learning came naturally. We were curious about everything, how things worked, why people acted a certain way, or what made the stars shine. But as we grow older, that curiosity often fades because we begin to think we already know enough. That is where we go wrong. The truth is, no one ever knows everything, and there is always something new to discover. The people who keep learning throughout their lives remain young at heart, adaptable, and full of life. They embrace change instead of fearing it, because they understand that every change is a chance to learn something new. Daily learning doesn't have to be grand or complicated. It could be as simple as reading a page from a book, listening to an educational podcast, watching an inspiring documentary, or observing the lessons hidden in everyday life. The important thing is to stay open. Each person we meet knows something we don't. Each experience teaches something we haven't yet understood. When we approach life with a learner's mindset, even our failures turn into valuable teachers. Learning never ends because knowledge is infinite. The more we learn, the more we realize how little we actually know. That realization should not discourage us, it should inspire us. It reminds us that growth is an ongoing journey. There is always a higher mountain to climb, a deeper truth to uncover, a new skill to master. So keep learning, keep questioning, and keep growing. Because as long as you continue to learn, you will continue to evolve, and that is where the true beauty of life lies. Expanded key point 2. Small steps, big impact. 400 words. Great change never happens overnight. It is built slowly, through small steps taken consistently. The power of daily self-education lies not in massive leaps of learning, but in the quiet, steady progress made each day. Every page you read, every lesson you listen to, and every thought you reflect upon adds to your growth, like drops of water filling an ocean. The most successful people in the world didn't transform their minds in a single day. They built their wisdom one small action at a time. What seems insignificant today may become the foundation of something extraordinary tomorrow. Often, we underestimate the value of small efforts because we are looking for quick results. We want to see change immediately, but real learning doesn't work that way. Knowledge settles slowly, shaping the way we think, the way we act, and the way we see the world. A few minutes of reading daily may not seem like much, but over weeks, months, and years, those minutes compound into powerful insight. Just like the slow growth of a tree that stands tall for decades, self-education grows silently, yet strongly, through small daily habits. Consistency is the secret ingredient. It's not about how much you learn at once, but how often you do it. One step forward each day still means you are moving. Some days you'll feel inspired, other days you may feel tired or distracted. But if you take even one small action, reading a new idea, writing a short reflection, or practicing a simple skill, you are still nurturing your growth. These moments accumulate quietly, creating a ripple effect that transforms your mindset, your confidence, and your life. The beauty of small steps is that they are possible for everyone. You don't need special resources or perfect conditions to start learning. You just need willingness and discipline. Even a little progress is progress, and when you look back after months of consistent effort, you'll see how far you've come. ONITLLK about S BISN NGLES TBILI TY through step failure forward matide. In the same way, when you commit to learning a little every day, those small moments of education become the building blocks of a wiser, stronger, and more capable you. *** expanded key point 3. Curiosity as a compass 400 words ** curiosity is the invisible force that drives learning. It is the spark that makes us ask why, how, and what if. Without curiosity, education becomes routine and lifeless, but with it, learning turns into an exciting adventure. Curiosity pushes us to look beyond what is obvious, to explore what lies beneath the surface, and to seek understanding instead of mere information. It's the inner voice that whispers, "There's more to know." And that voice leads us toward growth. Every invention, discovery, and innovation in history was born from someone's curiosity, someone who refused to stop asking questions. When we nurture our curiosity daily, we awaken our ability to see lessons in everything. A curious mind doesn't wait for a teacher. It becomes its own guide. It learns from books, from people, from experiences, and even from silence. The beautiful thing about curiosity is that it doesn't demand perfection, only openness. It reminds us that it's okay not to know everything as long as we are willing to learn. In fact, curiosity thrives in uncertainty. It turns confusion into a quest for clarity and mistakes into opportunities for discovery. In today's fast, moving world, curiosity is more important than ever. It keeps the mind young, flexible, and creative. When you are curious, you see possibilities where others see limitations. You notice connections that others overlook. You begin to view challenges as puzzles to be solved rather than problems to be feared. This mindset doesn't just expand your knowledge, it transforms your entire way of thinking. Curiosity fuels imagination, and imagination fuels innovation. Together, they light the path toward progress. However, curiosity must be cultivated with intention. It grows when you read beyond your interests, talk to people who think differently, and explore ideas that challenge your comfort zone. Each question you ask is like a key, unlocking a door to deeper understanding. Curiosity doesn't just teach you facts, it teaches you how to think, how to listen, and how to appreciate the vastness of knowledge around you. When you let curiosity guide your daily learning, you stop following a straight path and start exploring endless possibilities. It becomes your compass, always pointing you toward growth, wisdom, and the joy of lifelong discovery. ** expanded key point 4. Failure as a teacher 400 words ** failure is often misunderstood as the end of a journey, when in truth, it is one of life's greatest teachers. Every mistake, every disappointment, and every setback carries within it a lesson that success can never teach. When we fail, we are forced to look deeper, to analyze, to question, and to rebuild. That process, though painful, shapes us into wiser and more resilient individuals. Failure teaches patience, humility, and perseverance. It shows us what doesn't work so that we can find what does. The person who learns from failure is far stronger than the one who has only tasted success. Daily self-education becomes truly powerful when we start learning from our failures. Each time something doesn't go as planned, we have two choices: to give up or to grow. Choosing growth means taking responsibility for our actions and asking, "What can this experience teach me?" That simple question transforms failure into feedback. It turns regret into reflection. Over time, these reflections create wisdom, the kind that no book or lecture can provide. Every failed attempt adds another layer of understanding, preparing us for the next opportunity. Many people fear failure because they associate it with weakness or embarrassment. But the truth is, failure is proof that you tried. It means you stepped out of your comfort zone, you dared to take action, and you gave yourself a chance to learn. Every successful person has a history of failures behind them, not because they were lucky, but because they were brave enough to keep learning from every mistake. When we accept failure as part of the learning process, we stop running from it and start using it to our advantage. Failure doesn't define who you are. How you respond to it does. When you look at failure with the eyes of a learner, you begin to appreciate its hidden value. You understand that each failure is a teacher disguised in disappointment. It teaches resilience when life gets tough, creativity when plans fall apart, and confidence when you rise again. So, instead of fearing failure, welcome it. Let it shape your strength, sharpen your wisdom, and remind you that growth often hides behind the moments that hurt the most. In those moments, the real education begins not in success, but in how courageously you learn to start again. Expanded key point 5. Mindset over material 400 words. True education is not about collecting degrees, possessions, or titles. It is about shaping a mindset that helps you grow beyond limitations. The greatest power a person can possess is not wealth or status, but the ability to think clearly, learn continuously, and act wisely. A strong mindset transforms ordinary situations into extraordinary opportunities. It teaches you to see abundance in simplicity and growth in challenges. Material things can be taken away, but the right mindset stays with you forever. It becomes your inner strength, your silent guide, and your greatest asset in every season of life. The world often measures success by what we have, not by what we know. But knowledge, when combined with the right mindset, can create lasting success that no external factor can destroy. A material object may lose its value over time, but a wise thought can change a life forever. When you focus on building your mindset through daily self-education, you start investing in something eternal. You learn to manage your emotions, make better decisions, and approach life with balance and purpose. You begin to understand that true wealth lies in the ability to adapt, to learn, and to grow no matter where you are. A growth mindset sees failure as feedback, effort as progress, and learning as a daily habit. It doesn't depend on external rewards for motivation. Instead, it thrives on curiosity and self-improvement. People with this mindset don't wait for the perfect moment or ideal resources. They start with what they have and make the best of it. They see learning not as a task, but as a privilege. That attitude makes them unstoppable because their strength comes from within, not from the material world around them. Every great transformation begins in the mind. When you change how you think, you change how you live. A positive, learning-focused mindset attracts opportunities and helps you create your own path even when doors seem closed. It teaches you to be grateful for what you have while striving for what you can become. In the end, it's not about how much you own, but how much you've grown. A well-educated mind can rebuild everything lost, because while materials may fade, the power of knowledge and mindset remains forever. Expanded key point 6. Becoming your own teacher 400 words. There comes a point in life when you realize that no one can walk your journey for you. Others can guide, inspire, or support you, but the responsibility to grow, to learn, and to improve will always rest in your own hands. Becoming your own teacher means taking control of your education, your thoughts, and your direction. It means being curious enough to explore, disciplined enough to practice, and humble enough to admit that there is always more to learn. When you take charge of your own learning, you stop waiting for opportunities, you start creating them. You stop depending on motivation from others, you start inspiring yourself. Self-education is not about isolation, it's about independence. It is about realizing that the world is full of teachers if you are willing to observe. A mistake, a conversation, a challenge, all can become lessons if you choose to learn from them. When you become your own teacher, you develop self-awareness, the ability to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and results. This awareness is what helps you make better decisions, correct your path, and grow stronger with every experience. You begin to trust your ability to guide yourself, and that trust becomes your greatest confidence. Being your own teacher also means being patient with yourself. Learning is not always fast or easy. There will be times when you stumble, when lessons feel unclear, and when progress seems invisible. But just like a good teacher, you must show kindness and persistence toward your own journey. Celebrate small wins, learn from missteps, and keep moving forward. Growth is not about perfection, it's about consistency and self-belief. The moment you start educating yourself daily, you unlock a lifelong source of empowerment. You no longer depend on the world to shape you. You begin shaping the world around you. Books, experiences, people, they all become tools in your hands. You take knowledge, reflect upon it, and apply it in your unique way. That is the beauty of becoming your own teacher. You transform into a lifelong learner, one who grows not because someone demands it, but because your soul desires it. And that inner desire for learning becomes the force that keeps you moving, evolving, and achieving far beyond your limits.